Hey, this is Brett, the Hoosier Carnivore, coming to you Sunday night from the grill. I just broke a 3-day sardine fast. Just finished that up. Broke it this morning with some scrambled eggs and sausage and bacon. And then now I'm getting ready to make the steaks. I've got a really nice looking ribeye, and I got 2 sirloins that are going to go on for the wife and my mother who's here. Going to make a steak for her too. So let's take a look. This is the ribeye steak from that primal I bought from Costco yesterday. I don't know if you caught the video on that. I think I put it on Instagram and maybe here on a YouTube short. So this will just be a regular video. I got Big Joe heating up here, and let's give you a look at this meat I got going. All right, there is my ribeye I'm going to have for tonight. I didn't weigh it, but I'm guessing that thing is at least 16 to 18 ounces. You can see about how thick that is. And I 24-hour dry aged it. If you look at the sides, it's a little bit dry here. So I dry aged that in the refrigerator, just salted it. And it's going to be really, really tender. And I've got some of my good stuff seasoning on there. And then I've got kind of a smaller sirloin and a bigger sirloin that I'm making for the ladies tonight. So actually those things are quite a bit thicker if you look, kind of, if you can tell. So I'm going to put those on first. Let's check the fire and see if it's ready. Temperature's coming up on 400 degrees. Oh yeah, there we go. We got some Kingsford charcoal going down there, and then that is a piece of cherry wood down there at the bottom to just give it a little bit of cherry wood flavor. I'm just grilling these steaks today. I'm not smoking them, so they're just going to go on and just get grilled. Press it down, get a nice contact. Press them down, get a nice contact. Our wood's flaming up here, so we're going to close the lid. And we're going to give those steaks about 2.5 minutes, and then I'm going to turn them, and then another 2.5 minutes, and then I'll flip them, and then that's probably when I'll put my ribeye on, because my ribeye cooks quicker than the sirloins for some reason. I don't know, maybe it's the thickness or just the way the meat is. So I always give those sirloins a little extra time to cook, and they still seem to come in behind the ribeye even when I give them a head start. So I'll be back in just a second. Hey, while we're waiting for those steaks to be ready to be turned, I'm going to show you this little grill I got in case you hadn't seen it. This is a little Louisiana Grills, little small Komodo. It's like 12 inches or so wide, and I got this for doing some searing, like when I smoke a steak, because it smokes low and slow, and when I want to sear it off and give it a really nice crust on it, that's what I got this for, because these little Komodos, they get super, super hot. I can get this thing, I mean, you can see the temperature gauge on that. It goes up to 800. And I don't think I've ever had Big Joe higher than about 500 or 600, which is still pretty hot. But if you want to get a really, really good sear, one of these little ones is the way to get that done. I got this on Facebook Marketplace a few weeks ago for $50. So if you want to get a good grill, just keep your eye out for sales on Facebook Marketplace and places like that. All right, I'm gonna go check on the steaks. All right, we're cooking almost 400 degrees in Big Joe, and it's time to give these steaks a flip. Well, actually, we'll check the bottom. Looking pretty good. We're just gonna give them a turn. Give them a turn. Move that up a little bit. Give them a good press so they have good contact. And bye-bye. The fire's looking really good. Look at that thing. All right, here we go. Flip time. Oh yeah. Look at that. Nice, really nice grill marks. Really nice grill marks. I'm going to move this guy over because I think my piece of wood that's on here is giving that thing a little extra singe. And that's my smaller piece, and I really don't want it to cook much faster than the bigger piece. Okay, now I think it's time to put on the ribeye. Give it a good press. And before I close the lid, I'm going to use my handy dandy, this is a Cooper thermometer. A buddy of mine gave me this. He was a food inspector for a while, and this is what they used at restaurants. You can see the ribeye, it's still very cool on the inside, or the sirloin. Yeah, still really good. Now you just watch. That ribeye will catch up fast. Alright, my wood's burning. Got to close up. Bye for now. Alright, here we go again. Aww. Yeah, look at that ribeye. Look how it's changing colors on the end. That's from that 24-hour dry age. Let's just take a peek at how it's doing. Looking great. Getting a little flame, I think, from that piece of wood, so I'm going to move it over here. Move these guys over a little bit. Get that up there. And then these guys are due for a turn. And there we are. Just check them while we're here. Hadn't changed much. So, all right, our fire's doing great. We'll give it a couple more minutes. I got another phone here that I'm using as my timer. I do about 2.5 minutes in between. So we'll start that. And we'll be back again. All right, it's time to flip. Here we go. Oh yeah, ribeye's looking great. Fire's looking great. I'm going to take these and move them off to the side. Oh, let me get that. We'll restart that. I'm going to take these sirloins and set them off to the side. Now that they're pretty well singed and baked on both sides, you can see there. What we're going to do is we're going to let those just kind of roast in here for a while until they get up to temperature. Might put them back over the direct heat. But oh man, look at that ribeye. Oh, great crosshatch pattern. The fat's taken on a really nice color. So here we go. We'll let that guy get cooking. Let me make sure it's good and pressed down. There we go. Woo! Alright, we should be coming pretty close to the end here. We're going to give the sirloin, or the ribeye, we're going to give that a turn. There we go. I'm going to do a quick temperature check. I'm going to slide this guy over here because that fire is hot. Alright, let's see where we're at. We want it to be about 120 internal when I pull it. 120 is about perfect medium rare. But, yep. So we're doing good. 102 probably. It's always important to check your temperatures. You don't always have to check them this much, but you know, I'm just kind of showing you guys. All right. That guy, they're getting close. Look at that. 116. So they'll probably be done by the time the ribeye is done. So it looks like I timed that out pretty well. Ooh, and our little sirloin here, it's just about perfect. Just about perfect. So we'll get that guy kind of off to the side so he doesn't continue to cook that much more. We'll put this guy there so they can come up the rest of the way. It still feels kind of soft, but I know temperature wise it's there. It's there. It's coming. So all right, here we go. Give it another, I don't know, 2 minutes or so, and we will be ready to eat steak. All right, here we go. Ooh, got a little flame up. Must be getting a little fat coming off of the ribeye. I'm gonna take off the little sirloin. Sorry, it's starting to get dark here. We're gonna pull that off and let that rest. And I'm gonna move my ribeye before it gets a little too done, but it's actually looking really, really good. It's getting a nice sear there. Let it sear over. Let that fat side sear on there a little bit. Listen to that flame up. So our light out here isn't the greatest. Check some temps real quick. See where we're at. All right, that is done, and our big sirloin is probably done too. It is. All right, so they're all coming off. That little extra fat sear on there. Nothing like it. Nothing like it. All right. Getting a little drippage there. That's why we let them rest on the rack for a little bit. And there we have it. Dinner is going to be served. I got a little extra light. So we got this big fire going here. And I don't know about you, but I like to clean my grill grates while they're hot, because the stuff comes right off. Your grill grates are nice and clean, ready to go again. If you've ever tried to clean a cold grill, it's nearly impossible. If you do it while it's hot, you're good to go. All right, we'll close up Big Joe, close our top vent, close our bottom vent, and then that fire will die on its own. So that's basically how I grill steaks. If you have any questions, put them down in the comments. I'm always happy to answer them. And tell you what, get out there, grill a steak. It's what's for dinner. See you later. Bye.